So now I'm moving to unit 10 SEM2O का ब्लॉक 4 का यूनिट 10 ये है मेरा हैशिंग। ओके, सो हैशिंग में क्या क्या पढ़ना है? स्ट्रक्चर, इंट्रोडक्शन, ऑब्जेक्टिव, drivers and motivations for hashing, index mapping and collision resolution, rehashing. These are some topics जो कि मुझे इसमें पढ़ना है। एंड क्या क्या है? सेपरेट चेनिंग, ओपन एड्रेसिंग, डबल हैशिंग। ओके, सो लाइक यहाँ से ही बढ़ते हैं। हैशिंग क्या है? Introduction. Hashing is a technique to sort and retrieve data very quickly. Hashing is a technique to store and retrieve data very quickly. It converts large or complex data like names, numbers, images. It converts large or complex data like name, numbers, images into a small key called a hash key using a mathematical function. Fast searching, ideal in constant time. 01. Real life example. Think of a library. Instead of checking each book one by one, the library will use a code hash key to jump directly to the shelf where the book is stored. Similarly, in a computer, hashing helps find data immediately without scanning everything. Objectives. After learning this unit, you'll understand why hashing is used, what is index mapping and hash functions, how to resolve collisions, where are load factor, and rehashing. Okay, drivers and motivations for hashing. Hashing is mainly used to make searching faster and memory efficient. Reason for using hashing is constant time access, retrieve or insert data in zeros to ones time, handles large data, works efficiently with big data set, low cost, computation is simple and fast. Think of saving contact details in your phone. Instead of scrolling through 500 names, you type n and directory reach n. Okay. Instead of scrolling 100 names, you type just like searching and it'll directly reach to the like all words that start with n. Hashing work like that. In narrow the search instantly. Index mapping. In index mapping, the data values itself is used as an array index. Store data in an array and use a key, its a position. Store data in an array, use a key like id and its position. Suppose employee IDs are within this to this. We can create an array of size and store each employee into in index fast because direct access to them, but waste memory. Data is spared. Work only when keys are predictable like challenges with indexing mapping. Needs integer key string or images must be converted into numbers. Large array size, too much unused space if the key is. Okay. Hash function. A hash function converts an input into a small integer called a hash value. Hash function converts an input key into a small integer called a hash value, which is used as an index in the hash table. Example. Good hash function efficient. Should compute fast. Should distribute keys eventually. Deterministic. Same key equal to same has always. Few collisions should minimize overlap. Like accessing a student to group A to Z by talking the first letter of the name. Student group A to Z. Simple has example. Java. Okay. Collision resolution क्या है? What is collision resolution? Collision when two different keys produce the same hash value. They both try to occupy the same slot in the hash table. Okay, occupy the same slot in the hash table. Right. Uh, Separate chaining. If two values go to the same index, we store them into a linked list at the slot. Okay, advantages: easy to implement, no table overflow. Disadvantages: linked list take extra memory. Open addressing. If a slot is occupied, find another empty one inside the table. We search for an open address. Two method: linear probing, quadratic probing. Linear probing, move one step at a time to find the next empty slot. Quadratic probing, bigger jumps to reduce clustering. Double hashing, when two hash function to reduce collision. Real life example: comparison of collision resolution method, separate chaining, प्राइमरी cluster secondary storage. कुछ है, ठीक है, इसको स्किप करके इसमें आगे बढ़ते हैं. लोड फैक्टर एंड रीहैशिंग. So load factor, it measure how full the hash table is. It measures how full the hash table is. Formula: load factor, this number of stored keys, this open addressing. Load factor is this. For separate chaining, it can exist by 1. If hash table has 10 slots and 7 items, load factor equal to 0.7. When the load factor is exceeded by limit, performance drop, time to resize. Rehashing, when the hash table becomes too full, we increase its size and recalculate the hash value for all items. When the rehashing again, when the hash table becomes too full, we increase its size and recalculate hash value for all items. Insert a new key. Compute load factor. If exceeds the their sold, double table size. Recompute all hash values. Real life example, like shifting to a bigger cupboard when the small ones gets full, and shifting to the bigger cupboard when the small one gets full, and reorganizing all your clothes again. Hashing, fast data retrieval using hash key. Okay, index mapping, using the key as array index function converts any data into a numeric index. Collision happens when two keys share same slot. When two keys share same slot. Solving, separate chaining, open addressing, double hashing. Load factor controls resizing, rehashing, resize and redistributes elements. सो यही था. हैशिंग से हो रहा है कि फास्ट डेटा रिट्रीवल यूजिंग हैश की. Index mapping, using the key as array index. Hash function convert any data into numeric index. Collision happens when two keys share the same slot. Load factor controls resizing, rehashing, resize and redistributes element. This is all for hashing.